This is going to be a video on a number of things. It's going to be a video on one, Becky Lynch is pregnant. Becky Lynch, the wrestler. Two is going to be on anti-natalism and why I'm against basically reproduction. I don't think that it's good to have a child in the world right now. Three, anti-circumcision or anti-child genital mutilation is what it is of male children, and it's mutilation. Do it to a female, and that's mutilation. And also, it's going to be against piercing female children's ears, because I've talked about this before, and I don't know how much I said about it, but I'm against that too. But I also want to talk about how it's not quite as bad as fucking actual genital mutilation. Again, it's not the same. But first, I want to say Becky Lynch is prego, as they say. She's pregnant. First of all, I just want to say that it's fucking... Again, I don't want to say this in a rude way or anything to sound like I'm assaulting her or attacking her. I don't support child birth at this point. I don't think people should have children. Even when I was a child, I used to sometimes see a pregnant woman, and it's hard for me to explain. I mean, like, I don't know, I just feel this ill feeling. Like, I don't like the concept of having children. Part of that is circumcision. I've always hated that. It kind of makes me sick. But the other reason is there's 7.4 trillion people in the world right now. And I don't think you need more people when you can't even support all of the world's Earth population, rather, and you can support or take care of all the people and provide enough resources for people in America. And also, it's just a disgusting thing. I mean, you're talking about a person crawling out of your body, and there's blood, and it's disgusting, and I don't like it. Beyond that, I want to talk about child genital mutilation, and I want to talk about ear piercing. Now, something I saw earlier, I commented on, so a couple of videos, I posted several comments, and that was about ear piercing of female children. And I want to say this. I'm against that, by the way. And again, to all you feminists, I know you think maybe I don't care about female issues, but I've said this before. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. I do care, and I do want to outlaw the piercing of female children's ear, at least before they can consent. And I do feel like maybe ear piercing for male or female children could be before 18, because it's not the same, and a lot of them want to get that when they're teenagers anyways. But I mean, certainly, I think if it's actual genital modification, or that is to say chopping off part of the genitals, I think that should be 18. I don't think a person could be, and again, that's how messed up it is. Do you do that to infants without even their consent or their agreeing to this? But I think that should be at least 18, in my opinion. But before you can allow them to agree to that, and even then, my advice for anyone would be don't with your male or female. But an ear piercing is a bit different, especially when you're talking about female children, because again, what you are talking about, and the videos I saw was an ear piercing video, and he said later on she did it. They said he shouldn't have done it so fast, and then he said later on she did it herself. She wanted to, because she wanted to ear gauge, and this was an older girl, probably about 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there, and she wanted an ear piercing. And again, at least when you're talking about children, this is a bit different, because you are talking about a pinhole. You're talking about sticking a pin through their ear and then hooking on an earring. That's quite a bit different than cutting off a quarter of the fucking penis off a boar. And later on, 50% of what would become 50% of the penis is kind of the flesh on the penis, and has 20-something thousand nerve endings important for sex, and is important to having sex with another girl. That's very different, but it still should be illegal. It's not the same, but it should be illegal. And I would support anything outlawing piercing a girl's ears. I don't support piercing a girl's ears. And I more or less said that in the video. Though it's not the same as what boars go through. It's not the same at all. And comparing them is ridiculous. But you know, I mean, I'm trying to word my stuff more properly and present what I'm saying better, so that I don't offend anyone, because I'm not trying to offend people. I'm trying to present a message about different topics, and I really don't understand this country. But I just wanted to say that again. I'm against ear piercing. I want to make that obvious, but it's not the fucking same. I want to make that plain, but it's not the same. But with that being said, I also want to talk about Joe Biden, who, by the way, again, I'm going to vote for the guy. I'm going to cast my vote into that big, long ocean of bullshit and watch myself fucking float away in a big boat of losing, but I'm going to vote for the guy. Now, with that being said, I just want to say this is nonsense. There is no reason why, especially the Democratic Party that made themselves the party of the Me Too movement, should or would choose a guy that not only smells girls, but he is accused of sexual assault. And at least accused of it. And I'm not saying he did it, and there's no way of knowing. And again, the girl is being represented by Trump's former lawyer. So, I mean, you can see political corruption right there. I mean, there's something going on there, you know, and I know it. But I'm sure that's okay. But why would you choose him? Why would you choose him going into an election before an election? Because, well, Bernie Sanders is inelectable. He's a socialist. He's a democratic socialist, by the way, but he's a socialist. Basically, he's a progressive, but he's a socialist. Well, okay, let's say he's a fucking socialist then. You think he's less electable than a guy being accused of sexual assault? What's wrong with you? And I mean, that's a mess, and it's going to be a giant fucking freak show, and I've been telling you this for the past few elections past, and I'm telling you this again now. You're going to probably fucking lose this fucking election. And it's nonsense. Beyond that, like I said, I want to word my shit more properly. I need to clean myself up, get my act together. If I'm going to present my message, if I want to be a philosopher or a protester or whatever the hell I am. But, you know, I am trying to be that, and I am trying to be that. But I've got to do my thing better than what I'm doing, a sociologist, politician, thing that I am, whatever the hell it is. I'm not even sure what it is sometimes, but I am trying, and I'm trying to get my shit together. But beyond that, I just want to say that if I do offend any of you, and maybe I present my message in the wrong way, or even if I'm a little bit rude to you, like even the guy a few days ago, and I don't think I was rude, but if he might have taken that way, about the link to my Twitter account. I don't like giving you my link to my Twitter because of trolls. And I know it's kind of odd that I even said what the name was, because if I don't want trolls, why would I do that? And I don't know, because again, whatever. But I don't mean to be rude to anyone, and I do need to present my shit better. And I'm not always good at wording what I say, and I'm antisocial. I have a lot of issues with that, and Asperger's and everything. But there's different addiction issues and things. But what I'm saying is, and what I mean here is, again, ear piercing is wrong, but don't compare it to genital mutilation. It's not the same. And if you want a better example of this, male or female child, or let's say male child, if I had to choose between cutting out part of his penis for some weird reason, or I was forced to do that, or pierce it, I would much rather choose piercing. Okay, and that's not even an ear, rather along the actual ear lobe. Now, I will say this: I've had inner ear trouble in my life. I had speech problems growing up. And I will say this, if it was closer to the eardrum, I might agree with you, but it's not. So it's very odd to me, but it's not the same. So to you feminists, I understand. I support outlawing that. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not close to the same, but I'm against both. I am against both. I want to make that clear. I support human rights. I have always supported human rights, and I basically live my life by the basic philosophy of do unto others as you have them do unto you, and also, you know, not hurting other people. Harm none, and that's supposed to be part of the Hippocratic Oath, by the way, that medical doctors are supposed to take. But you can make of that what you want, but I don't support genital mutilation or ear piercing of children or anything else. It's weird, and I'm not even a big fan of it for adults. And if you want my advice, at least if you're trying to be pushed into it by some other adult, like a girlfriend or something, or a boyfriend, if you're a girl, whatever the hell you are, don't. Be proud of your body. Be proud of the way it is. You're stuck with it. Don't mutilate part of it. Don't amputate part of it. It's what you have, and you sure as fuck shouldn't do it to your children either. But with that being said, I'm just saying, don't just leave your fucking junk alone, and also leave your kids' ears alone. If it's a girl, leave their fucking ears alone. I mean, think for the person that showed up for 1 minute just to leave. Thanks a lot. Thanks a million. But anyways, that's my point. That's my message. And yeah, the Democrats are probably going to lose, and then the Republicans are knock us out of the park. They're going to have a knockout, a victory, home run, and the Democrats are going to lose, and then we're going to be fucked. So that's that too. And I mean, that's my fucking message. But just leave your kids' junk alone, and that's all. P666. P666.